All right, guys, so next up, let's take a look at Gonzaga versus Purdue. Both teams coming off dominating wins in this round. Gonzaga over Kansas, Purdue over Utah State. Both these teams have looked really good in the tournament, but at the same time, I don't think either one of these teams have played very good basketball teams. So I'm not going to read too much into that, but also you got to acknowledge that, yeah, they've both dominated in the tournament up to this point. So Gonzaga coming in as the 5 seed, sitting at 27-7. Purdue coming in as the 1 seed, sitting at 31-4. Gonzaga led by EK, Nembhard, and Watson. Purdue obviously led by Zach Edey as well as Smith. Let's look at Gonzaga's schedule a little bit, talk about their resume. Kind of been an up and down year somewhat for Gonzaga, but we know they're a Sweet 16 perennial team. They're always going to be here no matter what. So these teams have played each other before. I will acknowledge that. All right, but first off, let's talk about the tournament teams on Gonzaga's schedule. All right, they've got a win over Yale. Purdue did beat them 73-63 last time that they played at the beginning of the year. Gonzaga has a 10-point loss to Uconn, a 10-point loss to San Diego State, and then ultimately they're going to split with St. Mary's, then St. Mary's is going to double dip them in the tournament. Then they also have a win over Kentucky, but the way Kentucky went out, I don't really know how impressive that win is at the end of the day. Then Purdue, they played a really tough schedule this year. Tournament team-wise, they beat Samford. They weren't very good, though. Beat Morehead State. Beat Gonzaga, like I said, by 10. Beat Tennessee. Beat Marquette, so that's multiple 2 seeds right there. Beat Alabama. Beat Arizona. Lost to Northwestern in overtime. You've got a win over Illinois. Win over Wisconsin. Another win over Illinois. Then they lose to Wisconsin in overtime in the Big Ten tournament. So I think we've got a pretty good matchup here. Like I said, both teams are absolutely rolling right now. Both teams are playing better than they have all year, probably. Purdue curb stomped Utah State today. It wasn't ever in doubt. Won by about 40 points. And Gonzaga killed Kansas in the second round. Now, it was a depleted Kansas team without Kevin McCullough. They haven't really been very good all year without him. So it's hard to tell exactly how good Gonzaga is from that. Like I said, they have beaten Kentucky, but also these teams have played before. Now, twice, I don't know. It's tough to beat a team 3 times. Twice, I'm not sure it's going to make much of a difference here. The way Purdue is playing, it's going to be tough to stop them. And the real question for me is if Gonzaga can somehow neutralize Zach Edey, easier said than done for sure, then they're going to have a shot here. Because I think Gonzaga's guards are good enough by far to outplay Purdue's guards. Nembhard in particular, really impressed with him, transfer from Creighton. But if EK can stay out of foul trouble, if Watson can stay out of foul trouble, because somebody's going to have to guard Edey. If they can stay out of foul trouble there, not saying one of them is going to have to guard him, but chances are they're going to be on it at some point, during the game. So if you can stay out of foul trouble, not get dumb fouls like Utah State was doing at the beginning of the game against Purdue, you might be able to play with them. But Purdue just looks like they're on another level right now. And as long as their guards can be okay and not just get harassed all game, like, for example, if they can do what Tennessee did to Texas last night, as far as Gonzaga do to Purdue's guards, they would have a shot if you can take away Zach Edey from even getting the ball. If you can just harass their guards enough to where Edey can't touch the ball, you've got a legitimate chance to win the game. But I think Purdue's guards are improved from last year, and I really think they look like a Final Four team to me. So give me Purdue here by double digits. I think this game's probably going to be close for a while. I think going into halftime, it'll probably be a really close game, but I think Purdue at the end of the day is probably going to be too much. Probably be similar to that first matchup, but I would lean more towards 15 or 20 point win for Purdue. But let me know who you think wins this game and why down in the comment section. Make sure to like this video and subscribe.